I'll be playing Deadman on one account, but to start off with, I want to start with 4 accounts in a vain attempt to try and get a good starter sigil, ideally the light one, which would be amazing. Oh, spooned on my first account. That sigil gives me agility experience, and it's going to stop me from having to get 25 agility for the tree gnome stronghold. It's only 5 minutes save, but that PvP protection is massive at the start of Deadman. I did want to send one of my ults to green dragons, but apparently they're full on every single world. So I think I'm going to have to go lava dragons. Not ideal here, but at least I'm getting some drops because it's multi-combat, so you kind of share the loot. First quest completed on my main, going to take me straight to 53 attack. We're being invaded by black demons. Apparently one of these is mine, but yeah. 11 lava dragon bones, that should be just enough to get me to 43 prayer, hopefully. I've literally just run out of protection. Oh, there's loads of people here as well. Oh well, if I die, I die. I'm just going to offer them as quick as I can. Got 44 prayer, but I've deliberately not trained my defense so I don't go into the next bracket just yet. I can do that quite easily in a minute, just so I could buy everything that I need ready for the next bracket. Only a couple of levels away from the next bracket, so just going to train defense over here and I'll get it quite quickly. And then I can start Monkey Madness 1 with a full hour of protection. That's the boss killed on Monkey Madness. Now, I'm not going to hand this quest in straight away because I've got 20 minutes of protection left and I want to use it up first. I want to try and complete 2 quests if I can. This one first, Vampire Slayer, really quick, and then the fight arena. 4 minutes of protection left. Can I do it? Never in doubt. I am out protection now, but there doesn't really seem to be anyone around here, so I'm going to take a little bit of a chance. I need 35 crafting for a quest later, so I'm going to hot worlds and buy from the charter ship. There's my crafting level, and now I can go over and finish the Monkey Madness quest. Watch my stats go up after this. I'm probably the best XP drop in old school. That's just sick, isn't it? Got myself another hour of protection, just 100 people at the moment in bracket 3, even though I've done those extra 2 quests before hopping, so doing really well for time. I need some money, probably one of the best things in Deadman. Each pyramid top's worth 30,000 GP, so it shouldn't take me too long to get what I need. These are the last ones, and this is going to get me over 200,000 GP. Of course, going to get myself a Dragon Scimitar. I'm actually going to buy 2, and that way I can put it in the safety deposit box and I'm not risking my spare 100k. I can sell that whenever I want to free up the cash. I'd love to do Barrows now for some gear, but this is just a mini quest because 300,000 XP and prayer that you get as a reward is just too good to refuse. Not entirely sure I'll be able to kill the quest boss at this level, but I'm going to give it a go. That wasn't too bad actually, 4 food left. It's a good job because food is really expensive right now and I am out of money. Quest complete, 330,000 strength XP. We get 15 times the XP in this bracket now, as well as the Salve Amulet. Dragon Slayer is a little bit of a pain, but I've got most of the items already. Just need to get a few on the way, and the quest then isn't too bad. The Melee Sigil has just annihilated Elvog. I did those extra quests that most people aren't doing because I think everyone's going to rush the Warriors Guild and it's going to be absolutely rammed where you can't even kill anything. So instead, I'm going to come to the Volcano, and just through this wall, there's some lesser demons and I have quite low defense, and I'm going to kill these instead, and hopefully no one comes along. First supply drop, that could have been a sigil. I bet tier 2 sigils are worth a lot of money right now. I was so curious, I just had to check. And yeah, it is absolutely rammed and you can't get one to yourself. Did about an hour at Lesser Demons and that has got me into bracket 4. And I've sold my Dragon Sim because I need some money for the next thing that I'm going to do. Which is an amazing way to make money. And I've never done it in Deadman before, so even better. 100,000 GP, but I've got an hour of the Rev Caves and there's only 7 people in this bracket at the moment. So I've pretty much got the Rev Caves all to myself to see how much you can make in 1 hour. First run, 371,000 GP in just 10 minutes. 2.36 million in an hour and I didn't even get a relic. It's just amazing. The exchange rate right now is 100 to 1. So I've just made 236 mil. It's just crazy, this game mode. Is there anyone here? No, not a soul. That's the difference with going up brackets early. Honestly, it's just amazing. You'd always rush brackets. It just gets you out of all them bottlenecks. I put some offers in the G. I would love a scythe and the swashbuckler sigil, which makes every melee weapon 1 tick faster. But realistically, we're only 5 hours into Deadman. I don't think there's any in the game yet, but I'll leave the offers in and see what happens. I've also put an offer in for the Sigil of Devotion, which automatically buries bones when you kill things, and gives you double the normal XP. And in the Warriors Guild, that's going to be amazing because they all drop big bones. Had to increase my offer, but there is the Sigil of Devotion, 1 million GP that cost me. That's like 100 million oh 07 at the moment. I can defend the first kill, which would normally be amazing if it wasn't for the fact I'm going to stay here for about the next 12 hours. I have a dilemma. It's starting to get really busy here. And I've got somewhere else I can go, but it's not a safe zone and they don't drop bones. So it ruins the Sigil of Devotion. Stayed in the end, and there it is. Combat level 111, bracket 5. There was just one person in bracket 5 about an hour ago, but there's a few now, about 30 players or so. But even still, just 5 on one world. So it's time to head over there and make some money. I'll be silly not to come back here after making a few mil last time. The best thing is now is I have 76 agility from that live sigil, so I can use this escape if anyone comes. Even if I do run out my timer, I might just stay a little bit longer. First trip, 380k. Another 388,000 in only about 10 minutes as well. Guardian Sigil. Massive. So that essentially stops you from losing anything from your bank if you get killed. So you can go out and risk practically nothing, knowing your entire bank is safe. And it's normally worth quite a bit of money. 2 million GP, and the exchange rates have dropped to 15 to 1. I've never known them crash so fast in all the tournaments as fast as it's crashing this year. And for 30 million 07, I think I'll just keep it. It's so useful. Made 2.7 million from the revs plus that sigil, so almost 5 million GP. And the plan is at the minute to buy the best sigils, because once you activate them, you can't lose them no matter what. You want to make some money, buy the best sigils, and then from there, I'll be in such a great position. Need to also train my range, and these have negative range defense, so really good for training on. And I've got both range sigils, so this should be really quick. This is coming up to 55 range, and that, I swear, took about 10 minutes, lightning fast. It's always risky, but if there's ever a time to go chinning when there's so few people on this world, it's now. Hopefully that'll get me quite a few levels in range. Few players here, but we're all in the same boat where we're just trying to level our stats up. And those 300 chins got me to 73 range, so not too bad. These are the stats: 90 attack, 90 strength, 88 defense, 73 range, 73 prayer, and 62 magic in 20 hours. And it's now time to just make a lot of money. But I have a very sneaky way to do it that only me and one other person knows about. Last time I made a lot of money at Rev, so I've decided to put that into a Sigil of Restoration because you can't lose it on death. So it's good to buy these early, and this heals 10% of any damage you do. If anyone's seen my AFK video about making money on Deadman, I got a message about this place. Essentially, you can mine Rune Essence here, completely AFK for 25 minutes at a time. And because it's mining, every 1,000 essence that you mine, you get a sigil. So I'll get a sigil every 30 minutes. First sigil, Sigil of Restoration. These are coming in so quick. Sigil of the Infernal Smith. 750k, not bad. And we're still at a times 15 multiplier, so that's like 10 mil. 2.75 mil. My god, that's almost 40 mil. And I've been here an hour. Another hour, another 2 sigils. Seems to be pretty consistent, this. 900k and 800k, not bad. Another 2.4 mil. 2 hours, 3 sigils, a couple of supply drops, and the Trinket of Vengeance. I am printing money right now. My first tier 3 sigil, Sigil of Woodcraft, probably one of the worst ones I would imagine. I'll see how much it is. 800k. I don't know why you seem to get a lot of tier 2 sigils here and not many tier 3, but you know, no complaints. Well, they're worth as much as they are anyway. Grab myself an Ava because I need to work on my range. I brought a crossbow and some darts because I'm curious which is the better XP. Because of how the range and sigils work, we have a 10% chance per attack to proc, so in theory faster hitting weapons might be better. Sigil of Titanium was bought. I put all that money into this sigil. It's worth 8 million GP and it reduces all damage by creatures by 60%. Got myself 78 range there. The darts are actually better XP, 850,000 XP per hour compared to 700,000 with a crossbow. Got myself some Zami robes, no prizes for guessing why. Armadillo D-High boots, 250k, that's really cheap. Imagine going to Barrows to get an item for it to be worth 20k in Deadman. You will be gutted. Got myself some Mystic, need to get my magic up too, so I don't fall too far behind doing all this mining. I need to do a long quest chain, so I'm going to do a few things that raise my stats quickly, like this quest takes 2 minutes and gives me some woodcutting levels. Not an ideal place to train magic, but Monkey Madness caves now are a bit of a death sentence. So it's out of the way, don't expect to be bothered here, and I've got the mage sigils, so I should still get some good XP. Trinket of Vengeance, nice, that's worth over a mil. 78 magic, now not too bad, so I've got 78 magic, 79 range, and then 88 defense and 19 attack and strength. So I think that'll do for now. Got all the sigils I need now for the boss setup. Most of these are quite expensive. Sigil of Restoration restores health equal to 10% of any damage that you do. The Augmented Thrall means your thralls does 5 times the damage it usually does. And finally, the Sigil of Titanium, reducing any damage you take by 60%. So no matter what now, I can't lose them. Still got money left after all the sigils we've been getting, so I bought a Sigil of Remote Storage too. That sends all the Essence of Mine straight to the bank. Sigil of Last Recall. It's going to be worth some money, surely. Finally managed to find a buyer for all this money I've been making, because until now there's been so few players in these worlds. I've been making money, but I've not been able to sell it. That's the last this guy wants. 18 million GP on 07 that's made. Still got 4 million on Deadman at the moment, with the exchange rate at 10 to 1 now. Sold off my 4 mil as well, so that is 120 million made now. Right, now that I'm not risking anything because I've sold all my GP and items off, I can finally do this quest, A Kingdom Divided. But I've got a lot of stats I need to get and a lot of sub-quests I need to do too. Quest completed, and now I have the Book of the Dead, so I can cast Thralls and use that sigil that I bought earlier. Every time I need to do a bit of editing, I leave this AFK for an hour or so while I do it, and it's just ridiculous. I've got 4 more sigils and another trinket in like an hour and a half, maybe. All of those sold for 8 million GP. Sold all that money off, and now we're up to 202 million GP, and probably another 150 million in sigils for myself as well. It's been absolutely crazy, but now it's time to move on. Need to do a bit of Nightmare, because I'm going to be on the Archaeus spellbook, so I'm going to need some scrolls of redirection. Thankfully, one of the clans is now in this bracket, finally, so I can sell my money off really quickly now. I don't have a Bandus item, so is there only one thing for it? Leroy! Tier 5 emblem, I'll take it. I mean, I'd take a BCP more, but, you know. Nothing a Bandos, but a kill trick with just a D-Sim, so can't complain. I did want to get all the frozen key pieces, because I was meant to be duoing next with someone, but he told me the tip about the mining, and I think he's just ended up doing that now, because I can't really blame him. It is pretty insane. But I still want to do all the bosses, so I'm going to do Zami next. Only in Deadman would you be in full room, and run out of prayer and think, I can still take Zami. We're only about 48 hours into Deadman right now, and I can't believe it, but every single armor world is taken, and there's not really much you can do about it. I guess I'm just going to have to go to Sarah. Maybe it was meant to be, because this is probably the best place for the Thrall sigil, because while I'm running around, the Thrall's just doing constant damage and hitting quite high, and it's the least likely place to get PK, because getting the kill count's honestly horrific, and you need 70 agility to get in here. No, not the health. Oh, it's the same drop chance as the crossbow. The crossbow's 250 million right now. Oh, don't do that to me. Jagex. Such a tease. I only needed 2 more kills before I could go back in and kill Zilliana, and I got a Sigil of Remote Storage. 7.5 million GP. I love this game mode. 56 million worth of 07 for killing Saradome and trash. Tell me this isn't the greatest game mode ever. 120,000 for Black D'Hide Shield. What is this? Thief. There's people here? No, it's been leaked. Apparently, Foe showed it on stream. It's PK's here now as well. I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to kill me here, mate. Not going to lie. Oof, nearly got me there. Used 2 food. My health's not even selling for 5 million GP. Although, to be fair, I think we're about 8 to 1 rate at the minute. That's like 40 million, so that's probably hopeful. The door opened. Oh, out. Oh, team? What the hell is a team doing in here? I'm dead. This is the thing about God Wars Dungeon, you're just dead if you get caught, aren't you? By a team. But I'm not risking anything. And I don't have a Sarah item either. Well, I don't have any God Wars Dungeon items, so I'm going to throw another PK. I'm taking 3 PKs now in the whole of God Wars Dungeon. Come on, lads. You can take my items off as well.
The same mistakes.
Imagine 3 people farming ecumenical keys to split a 100k kill. Now I'm going to have to try and get some money for another setup. Digital Swashbuckler, I'm back. I'm back. I now need another plan. 2.5 days into the tournament and God Wars Dungeon is off limits already. On the surface, it looks like I'm doing quite well this Deadman. I got to bracket 5 in under 24 hours. I've made hundreds of millions of GP. I've got high combat stats and some of the best sigils in the game. However, all of my plans have been destroyed. Jagex have removed sigils from SM Minings, which was making me most of my money. God Wars Dungeon is no longer safe. And the guy that was going to duo next with me has disappeared. Been AFK as usual while I edited the last video, and that is almost 94 magic. I need to get some stats up for quests this week, and I'm also going to try a few new things out to get sigils. This oak tree is only 3 or 4 steps away from the safe zone, but because it's in a dangerous area, you can get sigils from it. Bolts are so expensive in this game mode, so I've just got myself 55 Slayer so I can use broad bolts, a much cheaper option. If it all goes wrong, this will be my emergency spot where you can essentially come down here, grab a neck, because there's one that spawns here anyway, and you can fish here, and you'll get a sigil about every 50 minutes. Just unlocking Barbarian Fishing because it's faster and it gives you strength XP, so if I'm going to do any fishing to get sigils, this will be much better to do, but it's very far from a safe zone. This is the other place I'm thinking about getting sigils from. Here you can make the Icy Basalt and make quite a bit of money from that alone. You'll also get a good chance at sigils, so I think this is quite a good spot too. Just getting my construction up so I can move my house. Now my house is in Pollen of Leech, I can now use it to teleport and do a lot of the desert quests. First quest is the Taurus Trap. Now the plan is to eventually unlock a boss that it's much harder for PKs to try and kill you at, and it still has really expensive drops. I'm going to put the reward into smithing and probably fletching. They're 2 of my lowest skills at the moment, and that's going to boost me up 20 or 30 levels. Last quest needed, and that's all the requirements for me to do Desert Treasure 1. Look at all the items you need for this quest. If a PK gets on me, I'm just dead. A PK camp on the altar, not what I wanted to see. Desert Treasure complete. Right, let's get the hell out of here before he comes back. Doing that questline has unlocked one of my favourite spots. It's almost impossible to PK someone here. Single combat, and as soon as you walk through the gate, you get jumped on by the trolls, so you can't attack anything else. Almost 1.2 mil an hour AFK, that's not bad. First sigil, Sigil of Prosperity. This is the thing about not going the Warriors Guild and training here instead. Getting sigils worth a lot of money. Nice little 4.6 mil. With that money, I think I'm going to upgrade to an Abyssal Whip. Now, the downside is you can't train strength, but I think it's still worth it. That's gone up to 1.5 million XP per hour. That is a big jump. You see the odd person here, but this is part of a quest. So most people are just coming in, they kill 5, and then they leave. Titanium, that's one of the best you can get. About 8 mil, I think it is now. Sold that sigil for 8.5 million. Filled my safety deposit box, which I use as like an emergency funding. So if I die and take a few things out, sell them and get another gear set up. And I'm going to sell off my money because I want to go and get a few upgrades. Move my house to Relica, and now I can do some quests in this area. And I teleport in about 10 tiles away from a safe zone. Don't you love sigils? Killed all versions of this without using a single piece of food. Remnant Trials completed, and it gives a nice little amount of XP to a lot of different skills as well, which is definitely helpful. Remnant Trials completed, and put one of the XP lamps in attack. Going to put the other one in defense because they were just right next to a level, so we'll get a level in both of those. And I can now wear the helm of Nature's Nut. Right, that is Jad done, and we get ourselves a nice little fire cape. And hopefully no one's outside waiting. Not much of an upgrade, but for 190k, Warrior's Ring is going to give +4 to slash. That is one of the best ones you can get. 7 million GP. That's come down a bit actually. That was about 12 million at one point. I'm training my stats up, and it's just nice to make this extra money. That's another 21 million into the fund. Got 356 million now made from Deadman, plus all the sigils and stuff I've got in my account. This is going to be the last money I move over for a little while because I've been putting it off, and now it's time to do one of the longest quest chains in the entire game. There's a treasure 2 completed. That takes an age, doesn't it? But I also get 3 lamps that I can use in different skills. And these lamps are 1.5 million XP each. And I'm going to put one in hit points. Yeah, I know. There's a master plan as to why I want to do that, which I'll come to. I'm going to put one in strength, which is going to take me to 99 strength. And then the other one in attack. And there you go, I have 99 strength, 97 attack, not far off 98, and 95 defense. Plus I'm only 54,000 hit points off 99, which is what I really need. Right, that is all the stats I'm going to need. I now have 99 hit points and combat level 123. So the master plan is the hit points cape. Now this stacks with a sigil of resilience, which regenerates your hit points 15 times as quickly. So that makes it 30 times faster than usual. But that also stacks with rapid heal. So essentially your hit points recover at 60 times the normal rate, which is 1 hit point every second. And that is going to mean I can stay at most bosses for a very, very long time. The boss I'd really like to do is Vordorvis, but this is the problem I've got. This is the trek I've got to go to get to him. So I really need the tablet which you add to the Ring of Shadows, which allows you to teleport right to the boss. That was a bit close, to be honest. Not too bad though, getting quite a few kills in, but no tablet yet. There it is, finally. Nice. What? I'm sure I used this last Deadman. I went to Leviathan, and I definitely teleported in. Unless I use last recall. I'm going to have to get myself a last recall sigil, I think, and do that instead. But I don't have the money at the minute. You know you're dead when someone says hello. Oh, it's Pip. I wonder if there's like a YouTube safe word I can use. I guess not.
The code is more what you call guidelines than actual rules.
Okay, plan B. This boss is so much safer to get to. There's loads of ways to escape if there was someone here. But it takes longer to kill. Although, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't use any supplies here. So, it might be better. That loop beam always gets me. Every time. No, I have the Duke. That's one of the parts of the Soul Reaper, which, realistically, I'm not going to get one of each piece from each boss. So, I want Virtus to worth like 150 mil a piece. That's not bad, 300k. Still got my hopes up with that beam, as always. Frozen tablet, I'm guessing it doesn't work. Didn't work in the other one, so... I've been here about 2 hours, and this is my little food piles. I've got 23 pizzas by the boss. I've got food by the tank. I've got some more at the other side as well. I'm not using any food here. In fact, I'm gaining supplies. So you can stay here for 6 hours without logging off. So I think this is just the way to go. Here's all the loot I've got from the Duke, and I'm going to sell it all off. I want to get some upgrades, and I also want to just test something out. I'm not using a trinket at the moment, so I might as well use the trinket of the undead, which summons a thralls without the need for any runes. Didn't have quite enough money for everything I wanted to get, so I've just done another run here. Got 3 sigils, and that is going to be plenty for all the upgrades I need to do for faster kills. Made about 3.5 million. I'm also been selling my Icy Basalt for 100,000 GP each, and they've been selling. I should just kill these and then mine some Icy Basalt and sell it. It's the best money in the game. There is the main upgrade to the wanted. I got my whip back. Another 100k, thank you. I had a little bit over, so I've upgraded the Verax as well, more for the prayer bonus than anything. Put everything in storage whilst I test this method. Got myself a last recall sigil, which lets you teleport back to the last place you teleported away from. So in theory, if I teleport away from the boss now, it should be able to teleport straight back in. And I'll use a few more supplies, but it's completely safe. That's not what's meant to happen. I wonder if that's because I was in the instance and it doesn't allow that. Okay, so if I do it just outside the boss room, it should work. And you're not going to get PK'd 1 square from a boss anyway. It's done it again. Done it again. How strange. So I had a little test around, and you can't teleport anywhere near Vadorfus. Essentially, it just won't let you teleport back using the last recall sigil. The closest you can get is the boat, and then there's a massive run where it's multi-combat, and it's really just a bad idea. So, back here, look at my inventory with just overloads and prayer pots, because that's all you need here. And I'm going to stay at the Duke until I get a unique. I'm going to make bank. It's going to happen. I've had terrible RNG, but it ends now. I'm going to get myself big unique off the Duke. Here it comes. No, I don't want the pet. He's ugly. He's not even a good pet. I just want Virtus. Give me Virtus. Being AFK editing, again, my favourite spot, and that is now 99 in all the melee stats. 95 range, that's going to do me, and I want to go and make some more money before this exchange rate completely dies, which it looks like it's starting to. Initially, Desert Treasure 2 bosses were going to have a 2x drop rate no matter what bracket you're in, because they were worried about things going into World 3, 4, 5. Now that's not going to happen anymore. No items are going over to World 3, 4, 5. So I'm not sure if this is a 2x drop rate or a 4x drop rate, but I'm going to be staying until I get the ring. And hopefully I'll get some Virtus, because it's some of the highest price items in the game right now. Got an achievement, 1 minute 45 kill. 100 kills in, nothing yet. If we're at 4x the drop rate, it should take 180 kills on average to get the ring piece. And if it's a 2x the drop rate, it'll be 360. Even with no drop, still making some money. So just moved another 8.5 million over. And the rate is 1.5 already, day 7. Just come to test something out. Someone sent me a great idea they had, because I've unlocked Desert Treasure 2. You get 60 times as many runes as normal here, and if that stacks, I'll be able to make millions of death, laws, and nature runes extremely quickly for a cost of about 40 GP each, and these are generally between 150 and 200 GP each. If I get 800 to 900 runes, it's not worked, but if I get between 4,000 and 4,500, I'm genuinely about to make billions. No! That was such a clever idea as well. Oh well, it was a nice break from Duke, but, you know, back to the grind. Alright, come on Duke, you owe me something. Finally an item. It's a drop at least, we'll take it. That's what we're talking about. That's what we wanted. I could probably sell this for another 5 or 10 million, but the way I see Deadman is let the flippers make a bit of money, sell your items, get back out there and try and earn more rather than sitting at the GE all day. Swapping that over before the rates drop. I was hoping to get more than 1.5, I'm not going to lie, but it is what it is. 63 million, up to 471 now. There it is, the Duke grind is over. And annoyingly, that's kill number 245, so right in the middle of between 2 and 4 times the drop rate. Although with those 2 Virtus pieces, I kind of think we're probably 4 times the drop rate. This is the problem with Deadman at this stage. It happens every single tournament. A lot of the items are completely crashing in price. And the currency is crashing at a really ridiculous rate. That's why I built all my stats up so I can go and farm the bosses that are still profitable at this stage. And that is really only a few of them. Even the prayer scrolls from Chambers of Xeric, which normally are always 100 mil plus, are really cheap this year. I need the Seer's ring to make the Magus ring, so that is 4.3 mil spent. I also need 80 crafting, so yeah, that's probably going to cost me another mil or 2. Crafting level done, I can now make this ring. What are you guessing this ring is worth? The current price that this sells for is, yeah, just 9 million GP. I mean, it wasn't really worth going for the ring, but it was an added bonus while I was going for Virtus. However, I think I've worked out a way to do another Desert Treasure 2 bosses whose ring is worth a lot of money and you can get the Virtus too. The problem with Vardorvis is that you can't use the Ring of Shadows to get to where the boss is. Plus, this whole area here, you can't use Last Recall, it just doesn't work. That means to get to him, you've either got to use one of the teleport methods up to the Chambers of Xeric, one of the biggest PK hotspots in the entire game, camped out by some of the best players in completely max gear, and then travel all the way down here, or you can use the Fairy Ring BLS, and as we seen the other day, PKs will camp here too, hoping to catch people going to the boss or to the Chambers of Xeric, and even if you manage to get through that part, you then take a boat over here, and this entire area is multi-combat. Plus there's creatures that attack you on the way to the boss, meaning you're in combat and you can't teleport away if a PK comes, which is why not many people are doing this boss right now. First trip done. Now my plan is to use last recall, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to run south from here. So if anyone wants to PK here, they're going to do it by the boat, or certainly just after the boat, because they want to give as much time as they can to kill you before you can get into the boss. So there shouldn't be anyone by the entrance. Plus the south area of this ruins is just ready for the quest. There's nothing else to do here, so there shouldn't be anyone around. So I'm going to run all the way around so I can get to a place that's away from everyone else and use my last recall, and it'll either work brilliantly or the next clip will be me getting PK'd. Okay, so from here I can teleport away and last recall will bring me back. There we go, back, but in a quiet area where we shouldn't see anyone. What a great looking drop that is. That's completely trash. Sigil of Finality, worth nothing. And the Awakener's Orb, no one's really buying. I think I've sold them for like 50,000 GP. Another mask, nice. Last one only sold for 3 mil, but you know, it's something. Especially if we could follow it with another top again. Two tops. Get in there, you little beauty. Got really lucky there. It sold almost instantly for 45 million GP. I was just leaving it in while I sold the rest of my junk, and I was just going to sell it for whatever. Fastest kill, 1 at 11. That's why I wanted to come this boss rather than a Duke, because each kill is just so much quicker. I think that's 5 kills without taking any avoidable damage. Only took me a few kills to get that. There's the Altar Ring part, 201 kills. So I think we can say pretty confidently it's 4 times the drop rate here, and that ring's actually worth quite a bit. I tell you what, my temp whip was absolutely perfect. 63 more attacks left before it disintegrates. Ring 7 million GP. Someone's making money from the Dag Kings. It's only like a 1 in, what is it, 28 or 26, something like that drop. Altar Ring has sold 55 million minus the price of the Berserker Ring, but even still very good money. Another 57 mil moved over. At this point in the tournament, the exchange rate's crashing, the items are not worth much money, but there are some ways that you can make a lot of money still. Because some items are so sought after, people will pay you a ton of money in 07, even now, so the fact that DMM money is crashing is no big deal. But these kind of places are the biggest PK hotspots that's really difficult to get items, and clans try to control them. So I've sold off my entire bank and just left myself enough money for some really cheap sets, so that if I die, it's no big deal. And I'm not on my own this time, because Sean's going to be coming with me, and that's going to allow us to kill things quickly, because there's 2 of us, and we have some of the best sigils in the game, which you don't lose on death. I've been trying the last 3 Deadman and Fresh Start Worlds to get an LE off this thing, and it hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to keep coming back until one day it happens, because it's worth a fortune in this game mode. But Rot are trying to control these caves, so eventually people will come. Debo! Goodbye. See you, Sean. Did I really just get away from that? Did I just really get away from 3 PKs? Right, now the PKs have spotted us at the Corp Caves. We can't go back for a while, so we're going to do a little bit of DKs. Not really got a big item drop, but these rings are quite expensive for how common they are. Dragon Axe, surprisingly, that's still 700,000 GP. Oh, here we go. Right, Sean got out. He's risking more than me, so I was trying to get him out first. He let me in the Slayer Cave. They're back. This is the problem why you can't stay anywhere. They're just trying to control the area. They're not even geared up for PvP. Look at the state of this. It's like the noobiest fight ever. And now they're running off. I don't even have left-click player attack options set up because the idea was to run. But Sean's a PK. He can't help himself. He's like, there's 4 of them. I can do it. I can take them. We've gone into the Slayer-only part. I don't think they realise that you can come in even off task, but you just can't kill the DKs. So I think we just wait out and you'll probably think we've tallied. Sean. Can't help himself. He just can't help himself. He just loves to fight. Man down. Man down. Imagine dying to these. Look what that guy's wearing. Over at God Wars Dungeon, going to mix it up, do a little bit of armor, because we have to keep changing. It's not about getting PK. People aren't PKing us for our 200k gear or whatever we're risking. They're trying to control areas so that the prices don't crash. That's why B-rings are so expensive. Armor helmet, we take them. It's not going to be worth that much, though. Sean's just got scouted at armor while I was going for a pendant. Been long enough now where the PKs won't be checking as much, so back to Corp. 2,000 cannibals, that is a solid drop in Deadman. Mine a parallel universe. Have I actually got a rock guy on in monk's robes and like no other switch? And I got away again? He can't be rock. Been AFK in some sigils again, so a little bit more money because I was literally a couple of mil under 600 million 07 made. So there it is, moved it over 603 million GP made this Deadman. The exchange rate's gone down to 1-to-1. Deadman money's pretty much toilet paper at the minute. So I'm going to risk a little bit more, why not? Zammy Spears, 700,000 GP, not a lot at all. So back to court, but with a better setup. Spirit Shield, going to need that for when I get the alley. Holy Alexa now. There's only one thing to get now, isn't there? Wasn't recorded, but I'm scolded now because Sean's just fighting random people again. Just someone was in here, so we thought, let's fight them. Another helmet. The last one sold for like 4 million GP, so I'm not even sure that's worth banking. Oh, PK outside. We might just be okay here, though, if he doesn't come straight in. Just getting like 10, 15 kills at most bosses and then just moving to the next one. Our first decent drop from the DKs. We're in Aussie World at the minute. We're finding that we're not getting scouted as much in Aussie Worlds. Nice, another axe. Oh, Archer's Ring as well. Now we're cooking. And the best part about this place is you can just go upstairs, teleport to the bank, deposit it, and use your last recall sigil straight back here. What is he on about? Pet? Oh, no way. How have I got 2 pets in Deadman? It's not even boosted rates. Ding ding round. What we up to? 7? How many times have these come now? I do the Slayer escape. Oh, they know about it. I've got them. I've got 5 of them. And Sean's got out as well. Here they are. Here they come. Lucky fellas. Goodbye. It's sad how Deadman dies towards the end. But I made 600 million GP. Had a ton of fun. And also got one of the best pets in the game. Not you. That's better.